Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures, and you'll see that the futures are trading higher this morning by 7.25 points. It's a pretty good little move, all the way up to around the 1563 level per contract. You can see the markets have been rallying up pretty much all morning long. Today is a Tuesday. Normally the markets will come under pressure on a Monday and rally on a Tuesday, hence the term turnaround Tuesday. We'll see if that market can hold up into the closing bell. There's a very good chance of that. You do have earnings galore coming out. The big earnings report today will be Apple Computer, or Apple Inc. as it's called now, which will be reporting after the closing bell. But in any case, futures are trading higher really across the board. The big stock today, or I should say the popular stock today, is Netflix, which is catching a massive bid. You could see the stock yesterday soaring after the closing bell after reporting earnings. I don't think the earnings were that spectacular, but I think that the company did add 3 million new users to its customer base, and then sure enough, that is getting a big launch. So we'll have some levels here in the chat room this morning at around 9 o'clock for Netflix if it can get there, and we'll play the stock and trade it accordingly. But again, a pretty big surge on Netflix after the closing bell yesterday. Just wanted a few stocks. Some other names that have come out this morning reporting earnings before the opening bell. DuPont, everybody knows DuPont. DuPont's not really doing all that much. Travelers, that's the wrong symbol there. TVL, I believe. TRV. So TRVs, Travelers, they're also out. They're pretty volatile this morning. And you have just a ton of earnings across the board. One of the stocks that are making a big move today is Coach. Coach is another one. We'll have some levels for Coach a little bit later as well. But a lot of stocks out here making some pretty sizable moves this morning. And the futures are up. So it should be a decent morning for at least gap plays early in the start of the day. And we'll see how it all shakes out. There are a few other things to go over real quickly. First, the European markets this morning are holding up very well. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but you have the German DAX up 1.5%. You have the French CAC 40 up 2.6%. That is a huge move for France, considering the economic data that came out. It looks like French PMI was pretty bad, but it was higher than expected, I guess, and the French market, the CAC 40, is soaring. But nonetheless, they're still contracting. Looks like there's still a recession, but either way, the market is getting a bid. Germany was worse than expected. They're contracting as well. Looks like their PMI fell, I think, to 47.9, if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty dire as well. But yet, the European markets are all rallying today, and then you have Italy and Spain both up about 2%. Spain is leading the charge, up 2.5%. But the French CAC 40, I mean, that's just a tremendous move. I'm a little bit shocked to even see that one. But in any case, it is what it is. We'll see how the markets play out when the U.S. markets open, and if these European markets follow suit or continue to go higher. Just watch for a little volatility in there. Now, going across the pond a little bit more, going over to the Asian markets, Asia was down really across the board last night. India was the only index that was flat, but Singapore was down 0.75%. The Nikkei 225 was down about 0.25%. The Hang Seng was down 1%, but the Shanghai was down 2.5%. That is not a sign of strength. That can hurt a lot of the base metal stocks. So watch for that. Also, Chinese ADRs could be under pressure today if the U.S. markets are weak. If the U.S. markets are strong, probably the Chinese ADRs will hang in there. But either way, I would expect and look for weakness going across, looking across the board. That's just not a good sign to see. The Shanghai index down 2.5%. That's a big decline. And remember, mainland China has over 1.3 billion people in the economy, and to see that index decline this sharply, there's some problems brewing in China. So we'll see how it plays out. So you got a mixed bag of tricks out here, and you got to just take it one step at a time. Now, looking at the gold and oil markets, we do have light sweet crude down about 89 cents to $88.27 a barrel. Let's take a look at the USO. Right now, you'll see that the USO is trickling lower, trading at $31.44. The USO is a good proxy for light sweet crude, which is what the type of oil we use here in the United States. The USO closed at $31.82, so you could see a nice little dip there. Now, gold is actually hanging in there this morning. Spot gold is only down about $4 to $1,417 an ounce. Goldman Sachs apparently has closed out their short gold position. So they put that on about last week. They made it known to the world to short gold, and now they have covered their position. So we'll see how gold reacts. Taking a look at the GLD this morning, you'll see the GLD is pulling back a little bit. It had a pretty big move yesterday. It's trading around the 137 level. It closed at 137.90. But gold and oil are both lower ahead of the opening bell. Could be signaling a little sign of deflation. You do have the U.S. dollar index soaring and roaring today above the $83 level. Pretty strong move for the dollar. You can see that really right around 3 o'clock. These days, the market, the U.S. markets, I should say, don't follow the dollar. But what does follow the dollar is the base metal stocks. When the dollar is stronger, they'll usually be weaker. Steel stocks, anything in the metal department, especially the base and industrial metals, will ultimately be weaker with the stronger dollar. So we'll have to watch that going forward. Right now, it's a little bit early in the day to say exactly how this will play out, but we'll know more as we look at the charts and the trading day begins. So once again, we will have a lot of earnings out there today, a lot of different stocks. I mean, we're getting slammed by earnings right now. So many companies are reporting. We're in the heart of earnings season, so be prepared for that. There'll be a lot of opportunities both on the long and short sides of this market, especially in the morning if you're a day trader. If you're a swing trader, there are potential setups each and every day now because of these volatile moves that you're getting from earnings as well. So I think it's one of the best times to be a trader overall. There's a lot of action out here, a lot of money to be made if you know what you're doing. All right, with that said, everybody, I think I'm going to leave it there. Once again, the futures are up about 6.25 points, pulling back a little bit here. We'll see how this market trades out by the closing bell, but it should be an exciting day overall as you have all these earnings and a lot of intraday volatility taking place. Take care, everybody. Have a great morning. We'll see you on the charts.